Oh hey, what's going on? Happy New Year, everyone! Merry fucking Christmas, you filthy animals! Hey there, guys, what is going on? It's the Average Critic. I just want to do a short little intro just to this and just say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you, everyone who is still watching my videos and have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say a quick little Happy New Year to everyone here who subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure to subscribe and let's get on with the video.
Strange World is a strange film in that it's not that great. This film bombed at the box office, and while this could be contributed to its competition or lack of advertising, I was excited when I saw the trailer for this film. It had a great cast, beautiful animation, and it looked like a good action Disney movie we haven't seen in a while. But Strange World unfortunately falls incredibly flat and is perhaps one of Disney's worst movies. Hey there guys, it's me, the Average Critic. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button for more great content on all your favourite animated movies, and let's talk about Strange World. So first off, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the film, we are going to be talking a little bit about spoilers. Strange World is a film I was truly excited for. It had a male lead with Jake Gyllenhaal as the lead character, it was going to be a fun adventure movie, and of course there was no musical songs in sight. Let's start with the film's cast. Jake Gyllenhaal does an amazing job as a voice actor. His voice really pops out and you can feel him selling this character despite his character being very bland. More on that later. Dennis Quaid as Jaeger also does a great job and his voice pops out very nicely. And two standout performances in my opinion come from Alan Tudyk as Duffel, who sadly isn't in the film for very long, as Alan Tudyk is just a master at voice acting, and Karan Soni, who I hope I'm saying that name correctly, who we all know as Dopinder from Deadpool, voices Caspian, a nerdy side character who did a great job at making me laugh. These voices feel fun and vibrant, and all these actors do a great job. Unfortunately, they're the only ones that are doing a great job. Every other voice actor is either boring, bland, or forgettable. Make no mistake, it does not make any of these actors bad actors. Bad voice actors? Maybe. And this guy's name, I'm not even gonna bother even pronouncing it. The guy who plays Ethan is just boring and sounds like any other person. I will admit most of the characters in this film feel boring, but the fact that they could be played by any other actor in the world makes it all the worst. Aside from the ones I praise, all the other actors just feel like they are saying their lines in their own voices, reading a script, and they're picking up a paycheck for the end of the day. No one seems to be trying to create a voice for their character, instead opting to speak it in their own voices. I mean, listen to the way Tom Hanks talks about Woody.
It's very hard work animating these films. Honestly, they are, because Woody, he's like this, and the recording sessions go on for 4 or 5 hours. So I always come out of recording Toy Story session, but my diaphragm gets a workout because the entire, guys, come on! It's like, by the time I'm leaving, I'm driving home and I literally have to put an ice chest on my diaphragm just so I can go home.
Voice acting is incredibly hard, and good portions of this cast really aren't working to create a voice. Speaking of characters, this film is pushing every possible premise and diversity for the sake of it. So first off, you have an interracial couple. There's obviously nothing wrong with that. Okay, fine. You then have a son who is black, and of course there's nothing wrong with that. And then the son is gay, there's nothing wrong with that. And even the dog has lost a leg. Holy shit! There is nothing wrong with any of these things, let me just say. But when you have all of them in your movie, it's like, wow, Disney, calm down with diversity. Ethan is gay in the film but serves no purpose. His relationship makes no difference to the film's narrative and his character. It's not a reoccurring theme, and giving him a love interest feels pointless. I spoke about the gay kiss in Lightyear, but that added to the character growing up and having a family, and so therefore it served a purpose. Ethan has nothing to add to his character other than being gay. He has a slight character arc, but his whole character feels so boring. You found out he likes a card game, and that's kind of it. As I said, there is nothing wrong with any of these things. Interracial couples, being gay, there's nothing wrong with that. But by God, it just feels like diversity for diversity's sake. Even the dog has 3 legs, for Christ's sake. Meriden Clade, Ethan's mother, is pointless for this film. She serves no purpose other than to fly the ship. She's perfect because, God forbid, forbid you give a black woman flaws. Same with Lucy Liu's character, who just kicks ass perfectly, and it is no way interesting. There are characters on this team you don't even know. We see them at the end of the movie, and I'm just like, who the hell are these guys? I compared this film to something like Atlantis, in that it's an adventure movie with a large ensemble cast. But whereas Atlantis gives us characters with purpose, meaning to the plot, strong voice actors to make them entertaining, Strange World does none of those things. Talking about Searcher and Jaeger and their relationship, it does the classic tropes of the parent and the son not having the same wants and forcing dreams and desires onto our children. It's something you've seen before, but it does do its message relatively well, but both these characters feel boring and one-sided. Jaeger is an overabundance of masculinity and nothing else, and Searcher is the feminine male stereotype of the modern-day sensitive man. There's nothing wrong with that, but again, compared to something like Atlantis, Milo is small, not a man of action, but yearns for adventure. He finds bravery, and we see layers of the character as the film goes on. Searcher and the rest of the cast have no layers to their character. There isn't even a villain in this film. It nearly goes there with Lucy Liu's character as the villain, but doesn't stick to it at all, giving this film no weight or stakes. You never feel any sense of danger. It all feels so safe, and you're yearning for this film to go dark. This film badly needs a good villain, or hell, even a good death. With all that being said though, the standout character contains no voice actor, and that is the blob-like creature called Splat, who is easily the best thing about this movie. Leave it to Disney to do a fun, entertaining, muted animal-like creature to make you laugh. His animation is very creative, and considering this character has no face or even eyeballs, the character comes through, and you can see the classic Disney coming through as it is a delight. The film's music is also pretty forgetful, despite the music being done by Henry Jackman, who has quite a name for himself in the animation industry. This score is forgetful, and I can't really remember any notes or score music for that reason. Even when this film wants to be serious and get its message across, I've heard better music in worse films. And it's a great shame because you can tell this film is trying to have a narrative and a theme, and a great way to heighten those moments is music, and I can barely remember enjoying a piece of music in this film. This film really struggles to tell its story because it feels honed down trying to make every character be in the 21st century. Ethan being gay, interracial couples, every female character being a badass. They focus so much on these things that they forgot to tell a story. There is a theme about the environment, coexisting with animals in an ecosystem, which is a theme I really like, and slowly seeing Ethan bond with the environment and being swept away in the beauty of this world, which the world is beautifully animated by the way, it never goes serious. We never get that super big moment where the character is at its lowest and you feel the weight of the situation. Even when Jaeger discovers his grandson is gay, it's rolled over like it's nothing, and while the situation should be treated as normal because being gay is normal, a character like Jaeger could have at least created some light humour or tension over his abundance of masculinity. But he doesn't. He brushes it off like it's nothing, and I think any gay person knows that it's simply not that normal telling people your sexuality. I almost wanted Jaeger to be the villain of this story and really fuck some shit up. But this film plays it way safe and never goes anywhere because it's just trying to keep everything light with some light jokes that sometimes hit and sometimes don't. Also, as a lover of electric swing music, they managed to ruin a great song with an awful cheesy scene of them cooking and dancing, which more than proves my point that they show how perfect these characters are. They're all dancing and showing how perfect their lives are and how happy they are, rather than, oh, I don't know, maybe showing some character development that Ethan isn't happy with his life on the farm, and adding tension to their family dynamic. I almost don't know why Ethan's mother is in this film. She adds nothing to the story, and it would have been nice for Searcher perhaps to be a single dad, creating this lovely tension of a father and son falling out. Overall, Strange World gets so caught up with its messages, themes, and boring characters that it forgets to write a decent story with interesting characters, and it is massively reflected in the voice cast. This world is really interesting with a sci-fi steampunk-like aesthetic. It puts all its money into the world, and not enough into its story and characters. This film desperately needed a good villain, and needed to go darker than it should, and considering it's an action-adventure movie, you would think this film would have them. It was so afraid to give the characters flaws, meaningful moments that heighten the theme's narratives with music or even good voice acting. Instead, I think Disney were thinking they can make an easy cash grab by thinking if they add diversity for diversity's sake, then people will love their movie. And we all know that isn't true. I realize this whole video is really me making out like this film is goddamn awful, and it's not, it's just disappointing. When a company like Disney do a film like this, knowing their budget, history, and talent, it's a shame when films like this happen. I'm almost happy this film didn't make money because it is proof to Disney that we won't just watch any film by Disney and say it's good. I hope they learn from their mistakes within this movie and continue to give us better ones. But everything in this film goes by the book. It's predictable, its voice cast is nothing special aside from a few standouts, characters are boring, and the music is bland. I know Disney can do better, and hopefully they will. So after all that, it gets my professional rating of 3 out of 10. It has stunning animation and a very imaginative world, and considering I think this film could be fixed by tweeting those characters and adding new ones, it gets my personal rating of 4 out of 10. I get what Disney were trying to do, and they just needed to look at those characters and add some layers. This film really feels like it was stuck in the first draft. So thank you for joining me in this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let me know in the comment section your thoughts on Strange World, and be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms as well. If you have any ideas for future videos, please make sure to let me know in the comment section, and as always, I have been the Average Critic, and I will see you all in the next one.